Hindsight being 2020, I should have actually used Sea of Thieves to show how bad the dead zones are for the Legion Go. With that said, I'm going to show it off properly now with the, again, the controllers. So I want to steer my boat ever so slightly. Look at how much trouble I had to give the controller here to get my wheel to respawn properly. This is not how dead zones are supposed to be for controllers. And for context, let's bring in my Xbox controller. Again, very, very little movement is necessary on my Xbox controller for the wheel to respawn. And if I bring in the Legion Go controller again, look at how much trouble I had to give the controller to get it to respond. Like I mentioned in the previous video, this is not how dead zones are supposed to be for controllers. This needs to be resolved ASAP. And again, if I bring in the Xbox controller, I can get this cable out of the way. Again, very little movement is necessary to get the wheel to respond. And of course, it doesn't matter if I'm using the left or the right stick here. The dead zones on both of them are just atrocious. The only reason I'm showing off the left stick is because that's what's required, because that's what actually steers the wheel and whatnot. So, again, as I mentioned before in the previous video, the dead zones need to be resolved. They're supposedly putting out a fix for it at some point. I don't know when that's going to be, but hopefully soon, because again, these dead zones are basically unacceptable and basically kills what you can and can't do with this with the Legion Go until they resolve it. So again, hopefully they'll resolve it, but only time will tell. With that also said, my ping is pretty freaking atrocious. Now I'm not going to blame the Legion Go for this. I'm going to blame the devs because they just pushed out another update in the game. If I actually go to my mast here, they pushed out this thing right here, and this update right here is more than likely just lagging the crap out of the server, because prior to me actually playing or doing this video yesterday I was actually playing it just fine. My ping was just fine, but obviously now my ping's atrocious. But again, I'm not going to get into that because this video is about the dead zones. I just thought I want to mention the horrible ping I'm experiencing and possibly why it's happening. So with that said, Lenovo, please fix the dead zones on Legion Go. This is unacceptable.